It dawned on me that had we never had the United Nations, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Because every association, whether it's of nursing, medicine, science, wouldn't have been able to get on board with the UN's agenda. They would have been forced to focus on, such as I bring up the Nursing Association, they would have been forced to focus on the nursing profession in this country. I mean, they use all these excuses. They have about as many excuses as the Catholic Church does for their reasoning, but yet they fail to see how they have destroyed nursing, the very associations of nursing in this country. And I believe some of them did it deliberately, obviously, because they supported open borders, something no nurse should have ever supported. None. No matter what American Nurses Association says, it baffles me that all those women or men that are nurses that have 25 letters after their name didn't realize that supporting open borders means that you're supporting the trafficking. But then they wanted, it's all about equity, bring in illegal migrants to take jobs. So it's just very obvious that had the UN never become a thing, and I get people will say, oh, but it's done some good. I think it's done more bad. I do. And yet, all of these regulatory agencies that are voted, we do not vote for, that Congress doesn't even vote for, but they take a bunch of their money. So I asked AI the dangers of nursing associations. And one is lack of transparency and accountability. Some nursing associations may prioritize their own interests over those of their members, leading to a lack of transparency in decision-making processes and financial management. This can erode trust among members and undermine the association's effectiveness. What's really sad about the Nursing Association is American Nurses Association shouldn't be allowed to set the standard of care in nursing when not every nurse is a member of theirs. Exclusive, this is one of the other dangers, exclusive membership and elitism. Yes, American Nurses Association is an elitist organization. So is Global Nurses United, so are all of the associations. Certain nursing associations may adopt exclusive membership criteria, limiting access to certain groups or individuals. This can create a sense of elitism, excluding marginalized or unrepresented voices and perpetuating existing power imbalances within the profession. So they would say, no, we're addressing that because they've gone into that whole DEI thing. But they've gone all into the other direction to where, well, they support illegal immigrants more than they support Americans. They're trying to cause a race war with their DEI bullshit. That this is definitely true too. Overemphasis on credentialing and certification. What do you know? I've been saying this. The focus on credentialing and certification processes as exemplified by the organizations like American Nurses Credentialing Center may lead to an overemphasis on an individual achievement rather than collective advocacy and social justice. Well, I'd get rid of the social justice. That's just your socialism stuff. But really what it does is it takes away merit. We live in this country where it's, a person that has 25 letters after their name is seen as they know best. And clearly, I think that's been proven to be not true. Another danger, limited representation and advocacy. Nursing associations may prioritize issues that benefit a select few rather than advocating for the interests of all nurses and patients. This can result in inadequate representation and advocacy for marginalized or unrepresented groups, such as nurse practitioners, nurse midwives, or those working in rural or underdeserved areas. Now they would combat all this and say, no, we're addressing those areas. Nobody elected these people. Really what they've been serving is the UN, which is why nursing has continued to tank. And so do the hospital CEOs. They're another group through the hospital association. Same thing. Same problem. Something else I brought up that's a problem with them is the conflicting interests in lobbying. Nursing associations may engage in lobbying activities that prioritize the interest of healthcare corporations, yes, the hospital CEOs, or insurance companies over those of patients and nurses. Yeah, everything they do undermines health, it undermines safety. They just do not seem to know how to do the right thing. This can undermine the profession's commitment to patient-centered care and creates conflicts of interest. And then another problem is corporate influences on nursing policies. I've said for a long time your nursing unions and your American Nurses Association is in the same tank as the hospital associations. They serve each other. They don't serve the nursing profession or patients. Corporate influence is evident in the advocacy activities of nursing organizations. While the primary focus is on representing the nursing profession and advocating for its interests, corporate partnerships and funding can shape the scope and direction of these. I can't see the last part of it. Nursing associations may prioritize policy issues that align with the interests of their corporate donors and sponsors. For instance, a review of policy advocacy by nursing associations found that many papers focused on discussing internal and external factors influencing advocacy initiatives, but there was limited emphasis on the decision-making process influencing priority setting and advocacy. I can't see all of it because of the recording, but you can see the last part. Professional nursing organizations such as American Nurses Association receive funding from corporate donors and sponsors. This funding can support various activities, including policy development, research, and education. As a result, ANA's priorities and policy positions may be influenced by the interest of its corporate supporters. This is AI. So, everything I've been saying. And this is just more of the problem. Same thing. Some nursing associations may have established relationships with corporate donors and sponsors that provide funding for specific initiatives or programs, right, like Agenda 2030. This funding can be tied to specific policies or advocacy goals, which may influence the association's priorities and policy positions. And what's sad about that is that's when they no longer, that's how they have failed at what their duties were initially, which was to protect nursing and protect staffing levels, retain staffing levels. But this is the answer HHS has now for staffing. Well, I can't show it because its pixel's too small. They have a grant they're offering to study and research on how to retain nurses. They don't need to do a study on this. They don't need research grant money to do that. It's very simple. If you respect your employees, if you don't give dangerous patients, like give nurse 12 patients in acute dangerous forensic psychiatric unit and with no staff barely, then you should expect to lose people. There's no way they don't know this. But this is it's another way to give funding to something that they already know the answers to. If they don't know that answer and they need to research it, then that's even more reason why they should not be leading up anything in healthcare. And some of what the policy areas that American Nurses Association advocates for is immunization policies, promoting the benefits of vaccines and encouraging vaccination across the lifespan. Nursing workforce issues such as staffing ratios, that's always been their goal with staffing, and they've failed miserably. Like, I just wonder, how long do we keep the people that fail at what they're supposed to do? How long do we keep the people that said we were racist in our past, make those the people that then are going to tell everybody else how to be not racist? That just makes no sense. It's like you don't continue to use a failed organization to then set the standard of care, because it's ridiculous. We all are supposed to be able to be competent. This is why they're not competent. Nurse practitioner scope of practice, loan forgiveness, patient safety and quality, they've not met any of these. Not met any of these. So when somebody doesn't do their job, okay, or continually fails at what their roles and their ultimate goals are, then do you continue to be Congress and listen to them or any of their policy or lobbying initiatives? No, you shouldn't. Not if you care about patients and you care about health care in America. You shouldn't. But we need new people in Congress, don't we? Yes. All this has got to go.